Most guys still trust their families' lives to a heavy .45 caliber handgun, thinking it prevents overpenetration through drywall. That is a fatal lie. Ballistic science proves heavy pistol rounds punch through residential walls, far worse than lightweight hypervelocity 5.56 projectiles. Choosing the wrong caliber puts innocent lives in adjacent rooms in immediate danger while sacrificing terminal stopping power. The modern AR-15 is the ultimate close-quarters instrument. Today we rank the top 5 platforms you can bet your life on. Stick around because number 1 will never fail you. Coming in at number 5 is the IWI Zion 15. Known as the sub-$1,000 Ascendant, this platform completely rewrote the rules for budget-tier defensive rifles. Manufactured stateside by Israel Weapon Industries, it brings combat, proven heritage to the civilian defender. Mechanically, it refuses to cut corners. It utilizes a true full-auto profile bolt carrier group, housed inside heavy-duty 7075 T6 aluminum forgings. It features proper M4 feed ramps, cut directly into the barrel extension, guaranteeing reliable chambering of wide-mouthed defensive ammunition without catastrophic feeding malfunctions. Running a 16-inch 4150 steel barrel with a 1-to-8 twist rate, it stabilizes the entire spectrum of 5.56 NATO. Pushing a 77-grain open-tip match projectile at roughly 2,700 feet per second, it delivers massive kinetic energy and catastrophic fragmentation to neutralize threats efficiently at 100 yards. Picture a scenario where multiple threats breach your exterior perimeter in the dead of night. You raise the 6.5-pound Zion 15. Because it utilizes a properly tuned mid-length gas system, the recoil impulse is incredibly soft. This delayed dwell time prevents violent extraction, allowing you to deliver rapid, precise follow-up shots to secure your property line. Compare this to the legacy Smith & Wesson Sport 2. The Zion 15 completely outclasses it by ditching the harsh carbine-length gas system and integrating a free-floating M-LOK handguard and premium B5 systems furniture straight from the factory floor. Here is the brutal truth. While the bones of this rifle are duty grade, the factory trigger is a heavy, gritty military specification unit. Under extreme physiological stress, that heavy pull weight will degrade your accuracy if your trigger discipline is sloppy. The verdict. This is the absolute best entry-level platform for the operator who demands structural integrity on a strict budget. Taking the number 4 spot is the Springfield Armory St. Victor 442. This is the optimized mid-tier defender that packs premium aftermarket features into a factory build so you never have to upgrade a thing. The major engineering shift is the continuous taper barrel profile. By shifting the center of gravity rearward toward the chamber, it acts as a massive heat sink and adds dense structural rigidity to mitigate harmonic barrel whip. It utilizes a taper-pinned gas block, guaranteeing the system will never shift under blunt force trauma. Running a highly maneuverable 14-inch barrel with a pinned and welded flash hider to meet the 16-inch legal minimum, it fires the 5.56 NATO. Throwing a 62-grain barrier blind load at 2,900 feet per second, it delivers devastating hydrostatic shock to neutralize a threat effectively at 50 yards. Imagine slicing the pie around a tight bedroom doorframe. The continuous taper profile and shortened barrel make the 6-pound, 12-ounce rifle lightning fast to point, preventing your muzzle from snagging on drywall as you track a home invader. Compare this to standard government profile rifles. The V2 eliminates that front, heavy, sluggish feeling and upgrades you immediately to B5 systems furniture and a flat-faced nickel-boron trigger. Here is the brutal truth. Because the flash hider is permanently pinned and welded to bypass federal laws, you cannot easily swap the muzzle device for a dedicated suppressor mount. The verdict. This is the ultimate tool for the pragmatist, demanding a perfectly balanced rifle for confined indoor architecture. Hitting the number 3 spot is the Bravo Company manufacturing Rexy 16M CMR. This is the professional standard for operators demanding zero-compromise reliability without the hyper-premium price. The secret is obsessive quality control. Every 16-inch barrel is machined from certified steel. Before leaving the factory, it takes a massive proof load and gets magnetic particle inspected to guarantee zero microscopic fractures. The MCMR handguard utilizes a dual cross-bolt lock-up on a thermally fitted barrel nut, ensuring your rail never shifts under extreme heat. Chambered in 5.56 NATO, the 1-to-7 twist rate perfectly stabilizes heavy payloads. Firing a 77-grain open tip match, round at 2,750 feet per second, it delivers the devastating stopping power required to neutralize a threat at 200 yards. Imagine defending a rural property line during a grid-down scenario. You are running the weapon hard with zero lubrication and heavy carbon fouling. The polished nickel Teflon trigger and perfectly tuned mid-length gas system allow you to maintain rapid, precise fire without the platform choking on its own filth. Compare this to entry-level assemblers. BCM gives you 95% of the mechanical performance of a Tier 1 rifle, while saving you enough cash to mount a duty-grade optic. Here is the brutal truth. That proprietary thermal fit barrel nut is a nightmare. To swap the handguard yourself, you will need a heat gun and extreme physical force. The verdict. This is the ultimate tool for the serious pragmatist. Taking the number 2 spot is the Geissele Super Duty Mod 1. Known as the apex of precision, this Tier 1 rifle is engineered to bypass the tuning phase completely. The mechanical heart is the proprietary Geissele length gas system, situated perfectly between mid and rifle lengths to lower port pressure. This pairs with the Super 42 braided wire buffer spring extrapolated from the MG42 machine gun. It absorbs kinetic energy exponentially to eliminate bolt bounce. The bolt carrier group is coated in ultra-hard nano-weapon diamond, like carbon, allowing it to run bone dry. Running a 16-inch cold hammer forged barrel chambered in 5.56. NATO, it maximizes payload delivery, firing a 62-grain barrier blind defensive load, pushing 2,900 feet per second. It delivers devastating hydrostatic shock to completely neutralize threats out to 300 yards. I picture a high-stakes home invasion where you must engage a threat peering from behind cover. The 2-stage match trigger gives you a hyper-defined wall. You take up the slack under massive adrenaline and break the shot, cleanly ensuring an absolutely surgical hit. Compare this to building a custom rifle. The Super Duty delivers perfectly balanced kinematics directly from the factory floor, saving you months of trial and error. Here is the brutal truth. That proprietary gas tube means if you suffer a catastrophic failure, you cannot scavenge a standard military specification replacement. You are chained to their supply line. The verdict. This is the premium instrument for the operator, demanding hyper-precision and the flattest shooting experience possible. Taking the number 1 spot is the undisputed general-purpose benchmark, the Daniel Defense DM4 V7. This platform represents a zero-compromise approach to the AER-15 architecture, tailored for operators who require absolute mechanical certainty. The defining hallmark is the legendary cold hammer forged barrel process. The 16-inch government profile barrel is forged from 4150 steel and heavily lined with military specification chrome. The free-floating 15-inch rail utilizes a proprietary lockup system that guarantees extreme pressure from barricades will never shift your zero. Chambered in 5.56 NATO, the 1:7 twist rate perfectly stabilizes heavy payloads. Deploying a 77-grain open tip match, round at 2,750 feet per second, it brings devastating terminal ballistics and catastrophic fragmentation to neutralize a threat completely at 400 yards. Imagine a coordinated home invasion where you deploy a sound suppressor. The proprietary grip and rip charging handle actively redirects toxic blowback gas away from your face, allowing you to maintain maximum visual acuity while clearing rooms. Compare this to a custom billet-safe queen. The Daniel defense relies on combat, proven 707-5 aluminum forgings that will survive being dropped down a flight of concrete stairs, while boutique rifles crack under pressure. Here is the brutal truth. The legacy government barrel profile shifts the center of gravity entirely too far forward. It feels front-heavy, causing unnecessary shoulder fatigue during prolonged target indexing. The verdict: this is the ultimate investment for the professional who demands indestructible military-grade perfection. That concludes our tactical briefing. Listen closely. A bare rifle is a negligent liability. Without a high candela weapon, light, and a reflex optic to dominate the dark, you are setting yourself up for failure. Sound off. Which 5.56 platform do you trust to hold the line? Are you running a Tier 1 setup or a budget workhorse? Drop your complete defensive loadout in the comments below,